Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. I hope that you're having a fantastic morning if you're watching this in the AM, afternoon if you're finding yourself in the PM, or night if you're watching this in the PM, or I guess it could also be the AM. My wife always tells me that if like when I say, oh, last night, and she's like, no, you mean this morning? And in my mind, I think night as from like basically 7 p.m. till, I don't know, 5 a.m. the next day. But technically, I should be saying morning. Anyways, we are listening to some Don Caballero. We're going to be listening to this track here, Well Built Road. This is off their album For Respect, which was their debut studio album released in 1993. We're checking this out because it was suggested and sponsored by Matt. So Matt, thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you for the support as well. We've listened to we've listened to Don Caballero 3 quite a while back. And while that track didn't make too much of an impression on me, I'm curious to see where this track lands for myself. So let's go ahead and pull it up. We'll, of course, discuss it a little bit after. Well Built Road. I was impressed by the drumming, though. That I can say. Yeah, I am definitely impressed by the drumming. And that's a very catchy riff. They do manage to make that very catchy. Right out. There's a really good, clear structure to this as well. It makes it very, very catchy and approachable. Yeah, I really like the drumming a lot. Yeah, see? Just like any other good catchy song, you can make an instrumental that's catchy so well as well. This is the part you just let go. Ooh, good ride pattern. There's your break. Oh. March towards the end. Okay, maybe that's where I should have started with Don Caballero, okay? Maybe that's where I should have began. First of all, I remember that drumming, however. The drumming, and obviously, I feel like no matter who listens to this, you're going to say the same thing. The drumming is just out of this world. It is phenomenal. It is incredibly dynamic. It is fun to listen to. There's so many points where he could have just locked in the groove and just stuck to it, and it would probably still sounded great. But the way that he drums is just so flowingly chaotic and fun to listen to, and very creative in like all the different ways that he comes up with how to work around a different groove and how to work out some of something more interesting and experimental out of it. So I really think that Damon Che on the drums, and he's actually playing some of the guitar as well on this particular track, is out of this world. There's no doubt about that. He knows his way around the kit in a very intimate way so that he can play in a messy, kind of, like I said, chaotic and muddled way, or he can play extremely clear, but it's always precise. It's always played at the critical moments, and it's fun to listen to. I also really like how this track as a whole is very catchy to listen to. Sometimes when you're making an instrumental track, and this can transcend genres, but I feel like, maybe it's my bias, but certain genres easily or can easier lend themselves to a catchy instrumental track. Funk, R&B, jazz. I feel like these easily can find themselves in a catchier lane with an instrumental track. Rock can be a little harder sometimes. And I feel like they did a fantastic job of structuring this out really fantastically. When you listen to, let's just say, a typical pop song, whatever stereotypical pop song you want to choose, when you listen to it, from pretty much the first minute after listening to the intro, the verse, and the chorus, you pretty much have an idea of how the rest of it's going to go, and you hear a certain melody, and you're like, oh, the chorus is coming up next, or oh, it's going to move into a solo. Even though you haven't heard that part yet, your brain is, you know it's coming up. So they do something very similar here with some of the melodies from the guitar. You have 3 guitars here, by the way. Like I said, Damon Che, who's also handling guitar and the drums here. Ian Williams, and then Mike Banfield. You also have bass guitar from Pat Morris. Ew, did I just say bass guitar? Just say bass, huh? Who calls it a bass guitar? I feel like... Is this an unpopular opinion? I feel like non-musicians or someone who's not into music would call it a bass guitar. Just call it bass. Anyways, I really like how they come up with those catchy melodies. And I've mentioned it, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before when we listened to Caballero 3, that the music here kind of reminds me of Hope's Fall, like of that kind of sound. I like how heavy it is, how it has that texture to it. It's a little shoegazy, not too much, but there's elements of that in here because of the atmosphere of the guitars, but also playing the heaviness on it as well. So I think that the way that they bring that all together is really nice. I love the riff. Ba 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 ba. The form of the riff is simple enough so that Che can go around that drum kit and chase the rabbit, so to speak. But there's still a lot of bite to it. There's still a lot of form to it that makes it enjoyable to listen to. I also really like the ending, how we get into that breakdown, and they set them up nice there. They set them up nice here, huh? Right there. That's the type of riff that it's like they came up with and they said, let's just go. Let's this is the breakdown of the track. And he takes that and runs with it. And I really like how like I said, he just knows where to be and how to be at exactly the right place and time. I think that this works really incredibly in an atmospheric and heavy way. I was trying to find here. I was looking for the quieter moments here. So like even in the more atmospheric moments, in the more subdued times as well, I didn't want to get to the heavy part just yet. There's a lot of detail in the drumming. There's a lot of restraint at that moment, but you know that restraint is almost just a quick catching up the breath before one big exhale. Once again, there at the as it goes back into the track. I think that this is a really fun instrumental, catchy, hits a lot of right notes, and the drumming is obviously out of this world and fantastic to listen to from every inch, from front to back. Let me know what you all thought. Of course, down below. I appreciate you all being here and listening, hopefully enjoying. Matt, thank you so much for sending in the request as well. I truly appreciate that. And I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or night. And I will see you all next time. See ya.